Deep in the mountains of eastern Arizona, there is a forest that the locals don't talk about after dark. A forest where lights move between the trees, where compasses stop working, where people have reported seeing things that no government agency has fully explained. This is the Apache-Sitgreaves National Forest, and what has been documented here for decades should not be easily dismissed. The Apache-Sitgreaves spans nearly 2 million acres across the White Mountains of Arizona. It's remote, rugged, and sits at the intersection of several Native American territories that have been sacred for thousands of years. The Navajo, Apache, and Hopi peoples have long spoken about this region as a place where the boundary between worlds is thin, where lights in the sky are not stars. Modern encounters began appearing in official records in the 1970s, but the stories go back much further, and they share a pattern that is difficult to explain away. In 1975, a logger named Travis Walton was working with a crew near Snowflake, Arizona, just outside the Apache-Sitgreaves boundary. He reported approaching a glowing craft in the trees. His crew watched him be struck by a beam of light and vanish. He was missing for 5 days. When he returned, he described the interior of a craft. Medical examinations found he had not eaten in 5 days. His crew, all 6 of them, passed polygraph tests. The Walton case remains one of the most thoroughly documented UFO incidents in American history. But it wasn't the last. Throughout the 1980s and 90s, residents near the forest reported recurring lights. Not aircraft lights, but structured formations that moved in silence, changed direction instantly, and sometimes hovered for hours before disappearing at impossible speed. In 2008, a former US Air Force radar technician stated that on multiple occasions, objects were tracked over the Apache-Sitgreaves region that showed no transponder signal, no flight plan, and speeds that exceeded anything in the known US inventory. Here's where it gets stranger. Less than 200 miles from the Apache-Sitgreaves forest lies one of the most sensitive nuclear facilities in the American Southwest. Researchers who have studied the encounter patterns in this region note something unusual. The sightings cluster around a corridor that runs directly between several former and active nuclear storage and testing sites. This pattern, UFO activity concentrated near nuclear facilities, has been documented across the United States and internationally. Former US Air Force officers have testified before Congress that objects have not just appeared near nuclear sites, but have demonstrated the ability to interfere with nuclear launch systems. The question isn't just what these objects are, it's why they keep appearing in the same places. In 2023, the US government officially acknowledged the existence of the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, a Pentagon body tasked with investigating unidentified aerial phenomena. Former intelligence officials testified under oath that the US has recovered non-human craft and biological material. These are not fringe claims. These are statements made under oath to the United States Congress. The Apache-Sitgreaves encounters, the lights, the disappearances, the radar contacts, are no longer the domain of conspiracy theorists. They are part of a documented, officially acknowledged pattern that the world's most powerful government has admitted it cannot explain. The forest is still there, the lights still appear, and the answers, if they exist, are somewhere between the trees and the stars. If you're still following this signal, subscribe. We're just getting started.